What's up, goofy goobers? Wizards of the Coast has officially gone off the deep end, literally. They have finally answered the question, what if Magic the Gathering was brought to you by Nickelodeon? And the answer is a Secret Lair drop featuring Spongebob SquarePants. I wish I was making this up, but no, this is 100% real. Wizards saw us losing our minds over the Fallout and Final Fantasy crossovers and said, screw it, give him the sponge. And now, in March 2025, March 24th to be exactly, we'll be summoning Jodas the Unifier except it's Spongebob with a rainbow, probably chanting some ancient Bikini Bottom incantation that translates to I'm ready. We are getting 3 drops, each more cursed than the last. It's 40 for the foil version and 30 for the regular one. So first is Legends of Bikini Bottom, your favorite characters reimagined as legendary creatures. Because nothing screams high fantasy like a pink starfish who thinks mayonnaise is an instrument. Second, we got Internet Sensation, a collection of SpongeBob meme cards. Wizards saw the mocking SpongeBob edits and just printed them officially, so we won. Reddit, we did it. Lands Under the Sea, 5 basic lands, all featuring Gary the Snail. Why is he the face of the land cycle? I have no idea, but at this point I've stopped asking questions. Let's start with the Legends of Bikini Bottom. Wizards took some of the most powerful legendary creatures in Magic and shoved them into a pineapple under the sea. SpongeBob SquarePants as Jodas the Unifier, because who else could unite all 5 colors of mana with sheer reckless optimism? I guarantee you SpongeBob has no idea how the stack works, but he'll still insist on explaining it to you in excruciating detail. Patrick Star as Barkstooth Warbeard. This is wild. Wizards just took one of the most obscure legends in Magic history and said, you know what this needs? A big dumb pink idiot. That's like releasing the Lord of the Rings but replacing Aragorn with the guy from local gas station who calls everyone boss. Sandy Cheeks as Toski, Bearer of Secrets. Perfect fit. She's the only one in Bikini Bottom with a functioning brain, and Toski literally never shuts up. Squidward as Grazilex, Illithid Scholar. A mind-controlling squid monster checks out. I imagine his ability now just reads whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, they must listen to Squidward's clarinet solo in its entirety. And if they refuse, they lose the game. Mr. Krabs as Cherix, the Raging Isle. This might be the most accurate casting in Secret Lair history. Wizards looked at a giant angry crab who hoards resources and sells Soji hamburgers for a 500% markup and said, yeah, that's Eugene Krabs. Plankton as Skrelv, the Factor Might. This actually genius. Tiny, check. Annoying, check. Keeps failing miserably at his grand schemes, check. The only thing missing is a flavor ability called Chump Bucket Discount. Gary the Snail as Toxrill, the Corrosive. I refuse to accept this reality. Gary as a giant reality warping sludge monster. This is like finding out your childhood pet was actually a government experiment. Moving on with the internet sensation. Wizards finally printed the memes. Wizards finally gave up and just put the memes on the cards. This set is an absolute war crime and I love it. Counterspell. Mocking Spongebob. If you ever played against a blue player, you already know this is the most accurate depiction of their entire personality. You counter someone's spell, but you have to say, oh no, you don't get to play the game. That was terrible, but I'm not sure if I can make it better. Daze. Confused Mr. Krabs. If you've ever been hit with the Daze in Legacy, this is literally what your brain does. You thought you were safe, you tapped out like an idiot, and now your opponent is looking at you like they just caught you shoplifting at CVS. Inevitable Betrayal, Savage Patrick. This pairing is so perfect that it physically hurts. You thought it was just gonna suspend this and let it sit here? Nah buddy, I'm stealing your creatures and I'm doing it with a malicious grin. Force of Despair, Squidward looking out the window, the exact emotion you feel when your opponent drops a board full of creature while you sit there with 2 lands in a dream. Night's Whisper, Sleeping Squidward, you lose 2 life, draw 2 cards, and immediately regret your entire existence. This is the MTG equivalent of staying up at 3 AM making terrible Amazon purchases. And the last one is the food token, a Krabby Patty. If you don't immediately yell, "I have made it with love," when you play this, you don't deserve it. And the third drop, Lands Under the Sea. Why is Gary in all the lands? Is he some cosmic eldritch entity that secretly runs Bikini Bottom? Is he a planeswalker? At this point I wouldn't be surprised. So we got Plains, Gary chilling in jellyfish fields, contemplating the meaning of life. Island, Gary just sitting there menacingly. Swamp, Gary in rock bottom, fully regretting all of his life choices. Mountain, Gary surviving in a literal volcanic wasteland because apparently snails are immortal. Forest, Gary navigating the kelp forest, probably lost but vibing. I can't believe this set exists, and yet I need it immediately. This isn't just a secret layer, this is a cultural landmark. In the future, when Magic historians look back on this moment, they will say, this was the peak of human civilization. If you told me 10 years ago that I'd one day cast Force of Despair with Squidward on it, I would have assumed I was in a coma, and yet here we are. Prepare your wallets, we are all going to Bikini Bottom, whether you like it or not. See you in the next one, peace.